Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This one's going to be for the Myers fan. He requests I do the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I told him I would get around to it when if I wasn't busy to watch the films. Because I do need to watch the franchise again, because I don't remember every little thing that I want to talk about. On top of that, so why am I doing this now? Well, quite frankly, I do remember the first film pretty well. So I don't really need to rewatch it. I do remember what I liked and disliked about it. But some of some of the other movies, it's been a while since I've seen them. So, but yeah, this was requested by the Myers fan. His channel link will be in the description. Check him out. He does a lot of Halloween videos, and he's always been very nice to me. So, he's a bit controversial, so maybe you won't. Not everybody will like him, but I don't think he really cares much about that. But regardless, how controversial he is, he still has always been very nice to me. So he asked me to do these, and I figured I would do them. So, the original Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, it's okay. I don't really have big problems with it. But the first movie, a lot of people would say it's a classic. I mean, for me, I don't really know how to respond to that. There are things I like about the movie. I definitely would say the cast is very strong in this movie. Very good cast. But the problem for me is some of the effects really didn't age very well. Like, some of them were really well done. But some of them were just, like, they really weren't well done at all. Like, especially for 1984, because you look at that and you look at how well the effects in Friday the 13th held up. Even from the very first Friday the 13th all the way up to the final chapter, which was in 1984. So these are all around the same time. These films, I think, did very, very good gore effects, the Friday the 13th films. And these films did okay effects. There's some stuff I liked. Like, I liked the Johnny Depp death scene. I liked the wall scene. And the body bag sliding across the hall. I like that. But, I mean, there's some stuff that really doesn't look very good, in my opinion. You have the thing where Freddy's got big fuzzy arms waving around, or whatever. Like, he's rubbing them on the side with the metal, screeching them down. And he's got these big, like, fuzzy arms. It looks really weird. I guess he's not waving them around, but he's got these big arms. And I'm like, I don't know, that just looks corny to me, They had that, and then, of course, the end scene. I mean, if you want to know the plot's pretty simple. There's really not much to say without giving something away, but I'm going to try not to give a lot away. Other than, I'm going to say a little bit about the ending, but I won't spoil the actual ending. But, like, there's just some stuff in there where it's like, okay, they sleep. These kids, they can't get to sleep, and then Freddy kills them. And then they all think, oh, each one of them's crazy, or they're, oh, it's just a dream and all that. But then they come to find out it's real. And so they're just getting picked off one by one. And that's pretty much the film in a nutshell. Clear up until the end, which, of course, I don't really care for the ending because the effect looks really bad. In fact, I think that there was something, I don't remember what they said exactly, but it was in one of the features. I think it was a Never Sleep Again, not the actual documentary, but it was a feature, I think, on like the 20th anniversary DVD or something. They had a nice feature on there where they said that they had a different ending, and I remember it sounding better than this one, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was just Freddy gets in the car. She gets in the car, and then Freddy's driving it, and that was it. Like, that was the whole idea behind it. But instead, it's her mom getting pulled through the wall, the door. I know I just said I wouldn't say the ending, but I mean, it's really hard not to say the ending. I mean, it's really hard. It's not really spoiling the movie. I mean, how can you talk about the movie without talking about the ending? Especially if Freddy doesn't really die. So it's like, for me, it doesn't really seem like a satisfying ending. Like, it worked in the Halloween movie because it was that that feeling of mystery. The ending for Friday the 13th worked because it was something you didn't expect. You know, I jumped when I first seen that. But the rest of the stuff is just like, I don't know. I don't hate the movie. That's quite the opposite. But there's just some feelings that I just feel very mixed on. In fact, I like more the sequels of Nightmare on Elm Street than I do the original. And it's not because the original is bad. It's just, I don't know. The other ones just seem easier to watch. Like they seem more fun. I don't know. There's just something about the sequels that I think just makes them a little bit better than the original. Um, but yeah, I figured I would do Nightmare on Elm Street. I know this really wasn't the best video, but there's really not much I can say. I mean, that hasn't already been said. There's not much I know that hasn't already been said, other than maybe that alternate ending, and that's going off memory of what I saw, so I don't exactly remember if that's right. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a decent movie. I'd say it's worth. It's a good structure ground for the franchise. But I think the later movies did it better because Freddy's character's a lot more upbeat and he's funny but he's serious. He's not too goofy like in Freddy's Dead, which I'll talk about. But yeah, I thought this one was all right. Um, Check it out if you haven't seen it. I know I already kind of spoiled the ending, but I don't feel bad about that when this is like 30 years later. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Peace.